Hey, everybody. Uh, my camera looks off. Went the wrong way. That's a little better. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Mazakine. Hey, Brenda. O2 Hurricane. Staff Grabber. Did you want a reading, Staff Grabber? Hey, Andrew. Welcome in, everybody. It is freezing here. The wind's blowing. That's what's making it bad here. The wind is bad. How's everybody doing? I know I'm a little bit early. Yeah, we still have snow as well. In fact, it snowed, I think it was yesterday morning or yesterday. I can't remember. I lose track of days. Welcome in, everybody. If you have questions, put them in chat. Let me know. I bet he does. I do too. I'm right there with you, Sir Winston. I'm right there with Sir Winston. I don't blame him for not wanting to go out. Well, I wouldn't mind going out right now, but the wind's blowing. That's what makes it really bad here. Oh yeah. I've seen other dogs that have wear shoes. It takes them time to get used to them. They don't like things on their feet. Hi, Jazz. You have a question, Jazz? If you have a question, put it in chat. Remember, if it's a yes or no question, it'll be answered with the runes. Any other question is your option. Is drumstick a rooster or hen? Oh. You named one of your chickens drumstick? Staff Grabber. Is drumstick a rooster or hen? That's an interesting question. We'll find out. We'll use the runes to find out. Pecky, Becky, Crispy, Cowgirl, Sky, and Drumstick. I kind of loving them names there, Staff Grabber. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Brenda was the first one. Coming in with a message from your mom and dad. Let me get these out of the way. Phoenix and Cruella. Okay, Jazz. Since I've got the I let YouTube, it's a new thing they brought out. When my live is done and my live chat comes up, then you have the option to ask, or you should have that option. And if you're not here and I do go through with the reading, you have the option to ask if I called your name or not, and see if I did the reading. So, Brenda, you want a message from your mom and dad? All right. Make room here. Hopefully the train won't interfere with my connection. Yeah, if you want more babies, you have to have a rooster. You can get eggs, but you need the rooster to get to have babies. I hear trains all the time, Brenda. There's 4 sets of tracks out here. Let me turn this way so the fold's down here. I know the trains were messing with my internet last night, but I had Mr. Hart reset it, so it should be okay. Let's get a message from your mom and dad. This will be from Mom. So what do we have here? We have the Page of Wands. The Hierophant. And the Two of Pentacles. This looks like you're being guided to go in. This looks like, to me, that you're given an option to go one way or another, and you're being pushed to go in one direction rather than going in the other direction, is what I'm seeing here. In some part of life, you're being told over on this side to pursue. What are you told to pursue? A dream? A creative idea? And you have help. You have help in this. So there's some part of your life that you're having difficult. You may be juggling 2 aspects of life that you just recently started. There may be a couple of things that you're working on, and you're being told by your mom to focus more on one rather than the other. Put more energy into one aspect rather than the other aspect. This could be put more energy. I'm taking, I don't know. Maybe she's referring to you're balancing your love for Freddie and Sir Winston. This is just an example. I'm only going to use this as an example. Your love for Freddie and your love for Sir Winston. And I feel like maybe she's encouraging you to put more energy into Sir Winston. But there's something you're doing, you're balancing, and you need to put more energy into one side rather than the other. Marinac, yeah. You want a general reading with the tarot cards, or do you have a question? All right, let's see what your father has to say. Okay, Marinac, give me 1 second. I'll write your name down. Okay, you've got the Eight of Swords. You've got the Emperor. And you've got the Six of Swords. So this reading's about communication. This is about communication. Oh. And see, all these swords, they're all communicating. Remember, the Emperor can represent your God source or your higher power, however you view that. If you do view a creator, such as God source, or there's many names. I know some people don't look at the Emperor as being the God source. I know somebody that calls the Hierophant the God, and that's not true. The God source is the Emperor. The Hierophant is more of a professional that you would go to for guidance. So here, what message do we have here? We have the 6 and we have the 8. There's a lot of communication. Now, keeping with organized religion, this could be a lot of communication surrounding the holiday, Christmas. You might be discussing plans with other people about how you're going to celebrate the holiday. Because, like I said, the Emperor does represent our the God source. And I know not everybody believes in the same God or creator, however you wish to put it. I say God source. So I feel like maybe this may be a lot of discussion. You might even be having memories of how you used to celebrate Christmas as well. Your father may be giving you messages or memories, putting memories back in of how you used to celebrate the holiday. So you might be receiving messages in your dreams. Keep an eye on your dreams, Brenda. You're very welcome, Brenda. You're very welcome. I don't know where everybody is. None of my mods are in here. Well, the usual mods. All right. Next up, Mazikeen. Are you here, Mazikeen? Oh, Marinac. Let me write your name down. You wanted general. Okay, you wanted a general reading. Hey, Sweet Pea. You have a question you want to ask? Okay. All right, this is for Mazikeen. You've got the Seven of Cups. You're getting Hierophant. And you got the Nine of Swords. Okay, okay, Sweet Pea. All right, what do we have here? We have, I said, the Seven of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Swords. Somebody's causing you to have a lot of anxiety. Somebody's stressing you out. And I feel like maybe you need to perhaps seek out guidance, professional guidance for that. Because I feel like over here, it's causing great emotions where you're reflecting on everything that you know, but it's still making you emotional and it's causing you stress. This is a lot of anxiety here, overthinking. So you may need to seek out some professional guidance with this, with whoever is causing you to have these emotions. Somebody that you may have stepped away from, somebody that may have stepped away from you. You may have had to make a choice. You may have had to make a choice. Maybe there's a choice that you regret making. And so the Hierophant would be you seeking out professional guidance for how to deal with that emotionally and mentally. So I feel like somebody's stressing you out with things they're saying. And that's understandable. We're still in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. It'll be over soon, in about a week or so. And keep in mind, we are under a full moon, a full super moon tonight in the sign of Gemini. So that can cause problems. The full moon under the sign of Gemini can cause problems too, because remember, Gemini represents the twins. And, there's that indecision. Somebody that can go one way or the other. O2 Hurricane, are you here, O2? I hope that helped, Mazakine. You're very welcome. Oh, I know, Brenda. Trust me, I know exactly what you're saying. All right, O2 wants a message from Aunt and Uncle. I know exactly what you're saying. All right, this is for O2. This is going to be from your aunt. The first message is going to be from your aunt. Well, the first card I pulled is the High Priestess. And you know, on the High Priestess, there's a book. In the pages of a secret book lies the key to your inner look. This insight is a truer gaze, the wisest light to guide your days. You're getting the Nine of Swords. And you're getting the Ten of Cups. All right. So your aunt wants you to not be dealing with a lot of anxiety here. You've got a lot of anxiety. She wants you to celebrate. And you know this. You know that maybe you feel like she's not in a better place and you worry about that. And she's wanting you to know that you know she's in a better place. I don't know what the circumstances were from her departing from here, but just know that she knows that you're overthinking. She knows that you're trying to communicate with her. And she doesn't want you to feel this overwhelming feeling that you have. Maybe if you're trying to communicate with her through dreams, don't try so hard. She wants you to know to celebrate. She's living her best life on the other side. Let's see what your uncle has to say. She doesn't want you to feel overwhelmed and to overthink things. You've got the Two of Wands. King of Pentacles. And you have the Magician. So, do you feel like maybe... Oh, I know, Brenda. Are you feeling like somebody that is a parental figure is paying more attention to someone else rather than you? Do you feel? Are you feeling like somebody is more committed to perhaps a sibling rather than you? Or are you, what else could we have here? We come back to this overthinking. It's like you're fighting yourself. It's like you're having to make decisions. Some kind of a decision. So you have some kind of a decision to make. It could be regarding some aspect of your life, such as your health, your home, your finances. You may have an important decision to make. And your uncle is telling you, oh, your grandma is? Okay. Well, you have the skill and the confidence to know and understand that even though your grandmother may be paying more attention to your brothers, that if you really needed your grandmother's attention, her commitment, her wisdom, her guidance, that you could get it if you needed it. If you really needed, your uncle's letting you know that if you really need the wisdom of your grandmother or a commitment from her, even though she may be playing favorites with your brothers, that you have the ability to get her attention if you need her. So you know what to do. You have the capability of getting her attention. You just want to do it in a loving way. And that would be what the wands represents, is doing it the right way, the loving way. So don't overthink. Your aunt and uncle are doing okay on the other side. Your aunt wants you to rely upon yourself and that feeling that you get in your gut about things. And maybe you don't need to rely on your grandmother as much. Maybe your brothers need all that attention and you know that. Right. And that's what your aunt and uncle are letting you know. They're over there, they're doing okay. And if you need help, you know where to go. You know your grandmother will help you. Andrew, are you here, Andrew? Okay. You want a message from your grandmother? You're very welcome, O2 Hurricane. You're very welcome. I don't know where everybody is today. You got the Ace of Cups. Hi, Chloe. Please don't delete comments. You've got the Three of Swords. And you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So your grandmother's telling you that to be careful with meeting new people because they may present themselves. A new person may come into your life and present themselves as being loyal when in fact they're not loyal. They will say something that will hurt your heart. So you need to protect yourself when meeting new people. You're going to meet somebody new. Somebody new's coming in. And they're going to present themselves to you like they're loyal and they're faithful. But just know that at some point they're going to say something that's going to break your heart. So prepare yourself for that. It's not easy. When we meet new people and we become friends with them and we think they're loyal to us, and then out of nowhere they say something that breaks our heart. It's hard to avoid that. Okay, Chloe, I got you. Oh, yeah, Andrew. You need to just watch yourself because your grandmother's letting you know that even though somebody may present themselves that way, doesn't mean they are. You want to know what will happen between you and S. All right, staff grabber. Are you here, staff grabber? We're going to find out if drumstick is a hen or a rooster. You're very welcome, Andrew. You're very welcome. I don't know where my other people are. All right, let's see if drumstick is a hen or a rooster. All right, give me 1 second. Is drumstick a hen? Is drumstick a hen? Drumstick is indeed a hen. This is the Manaz Mankind, culture, friends, refers to self. So I'm sorry, staff grabber, but it looks like drumstick is a hen. Well, it'd be nice if this was the first time I was wrong. I'm sure I've been wrong many times. I don't profess to be right all the time. Jazz. You want to know how to deal with a colleague. I'm sorry, staff grabber. Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you, staff grabber. You want to know how to deal with your colleague. Hey, Spirit of Morning. Yeah, I don't know where all my moderators are. All right. We have the Judgment card. We have the Fool card. Wow. Now we have the Hangman. Ah, you did, Brenda? Yeah, I just upgraded all of my stuff. All right. What do we got here? You wanted to know how to deal with a colleague. Well, that is quite the interesting picture we have here. We have 3 major arcana cards. So there's an awakening here. A colleague, you probably shouldn't, it's probably not in your best interest if you're working at the same location to become involved, because at some point, change can take place if you get involved with someone at your workplace. The Judgment card, you have the freedom to do as you please, such as taking a leap of faith, a new beginning with someone. The question is, if this person really is sending out those vibes to you, which I'm not getting that here, they could be. They could be planting the seed right here of wanting to become more than friends, we'll say. But I'm not really getting that vibe. Because if you did, in fact, establish that type of a relationship with this person, that could cause a change, a big change. You could be sacrificing your employment by doing that. That's one change. Then you'd be free to pursue a different career, or that person, the other person, could be the one that gets let go. Either way, there could be a change if that person were to leave that job and they've planted that seed that you're feeling that vibe that you're getting from them, they would have to leave that place of employment. They'd have to let go of that job. That's what the hangman is about. Because this is about the sacrifice. Is a relationship of that nature worth losing your job over? You need to take that into consideration, so does the other person. Because getting in that type of relationship, a new beginning in that along that path, and the place of employment finds out, then they may not look too kindly on it. And the change with the judgment card could be that somebody loses a job. So you need to really think about it. Is the job worth sacrificing for a new beginning with someone? If that's the type of vibe they're putting off. What I don't have here is any swords to say that there's any form of communication in that manner. So perhaps this interaction with the colleague could lead to newer opportunities. It could free you up for newer opportunities. And so whether or not they're trying to establish a relationship with you or not, that's not clear in this picture. But I know when people form romantic relationships in the workplace, usually somebody's making a sacrifice and losing a job. Just know that. Marinac, are you here, Marinac? Okay. Lots of disagreements. Yeah, no communication didn't come up in that reading. So, right. Well, it may be something else. There could be a change, and maybe you have planted a seed in the past where there's a change for growth in where you're working at. And that would be the Fool card, the new opportunity, the new beginning, the leap of faith, taking a chance on maybe changing, freeing yourself up, and maybe getting a promotion. Okay, yeah, that's why I didn't see communication in the reading. So maybe you're competing for a position or a promotion, in a sense of speaking, that maybe the both of you don't know about it. And as for how to deal with it, right, they look at you caring, and then as competition, they sound like there might be a Gemini. What did we have? We had the Judgment card, we had the Hangman, and we had the Fool card. I'm not sure what planet rules Gemini. All right. Marinac. Sorry. I think it's an opportunity for change. Yeah. I think it's I think what you're seeing is an opportunity for change. Not necessarily with the colleague, but maybe with where you work at. You're very welcome, Jazz. You're very welcome. All right. You want a general reading? This is for Marinac. We have the Four of Cups. The Three of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. Ooh, 7. 7 is a time of reflection. We have the 4, the 3. When you add them together, they equal 7. And then we have a 7. So we have 2 7s here. This is a time for reflection. And that's what you're doing here with the Four of Cups, is you're reflecting. You're reflecting on choices. Maybe it's choices that you've been dealing with. So the 4, to me, the 4 is like making the same choice over and over again, expecting a different result. Making the same mistake over and over again, expecting a different result. I feel there is a choice that you have to make. And once you make it, you'll be satisfied. You'll put all your energy into it. You will celebrate. You put all your hard work, all your hard energy with 2 other people into whatever it is that you're reflecting on. Whatever this choice is that you have to make. Maybe you'll take into consideration somebody else's idea for a change and come together. Come together to create that, whatever it is that you're trying to create, bring together. I feel you've been trying something over and over again and getting the same result, and it's not the result you want, is what I'm getting. And you're finally going to make a decision. You're going to put all your love and your energy and your passion into it and come to a decision. Whatever that choice may be, whether it's an employment choice, a home choice, home buying or renting versus renting choice, new friend choice, music. Oh, nice. Music. Ah, I got you. You're putting a lot of emotions into it. Now you just got to back it up with your feelings. You got to put your feelings into it. put your energy into it, your passion. It's missing your passion. Instead of, if you're talking about writing music and making music, instead of doing the same thing over and over again, you need to rethink it with the help, maybe with the help of others, and put more passion and energy into it and more feeling. Sweet Pea, are you here, Sweet Pea? You want a general reading? All right, this is for Sweet Pea. We've got the Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So it looks like maybe you're putting too much focus on something, some aspect of your life. There's some part of your life, we value, there's things we value in life. We value our home, our family, our finances, our health, our jobs, if we have jobs, if not, our retirement. And there's other things we can value. And I feel like you're focused. You're putting a lot of focus on one aspect of your life. And you feel like you're helping others. This is about helping others as well. You're putting a lot of focus into helping others. That's important to you, is helping others. But you might need to not be so over focused that you don't focus on yourself and your needs. So it is that time of year when we focus on others, we focus on giving. Maybe focusing on maintaining balance in your life as well. That may be your main focus as well. And you might be overthinking some things. All right, Chloe. You want to know what will happen between you and S. Yeah, and it is that time of year when we tend to think about others more than ourselves, when we need to work on balancing that focus. All right, Chloe, what will happen between you and S? You're very welcome. You've got the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. I don't know if you're in a relationship with this person or not, Chloe, but it looks like there's been a lot of hurt feelings or things said that has hurt you. And you're tired of it. You're putting up a wall, you're setting boundaries. I feel like maybe this person could have said many things that has been painful to the point where you had to say enough is enough. I'm building a wall. I'm setting boundaries. I'm not letting my feelings get hurt again. Let's start new. Let's start from scratch because I'm not going to be hurt again by the things you say. All right. You're very welcome, Chloe. You're very welcome. Oh, hey, Sarah. You want a general, huh? All righty. We can do a general. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Member for 35 months. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Sarah. Eight of Pentacles. Strength card. And we have the Sun card. Wow. So, this is interesting. The Eight of Pentacles is about staying focused, being focused on different parts of your life. This is about having the courage, taking control of your life, the different aspects of your life, so that you can have joy and happiness and positivity and success. That's a good reading for you there, Sarah. Anybody else? I don't know where everybody is, so. Hey, Phoenix 1111. What do you want? Do you want a general reading with the tarot? Do you have a question? Sure, Brenda. You want a message from your brother? Phoenix 1111, let me know what you want. Well, I do a reading for Brenda, a message from her brother. We have the Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So your brother is sending you a lot of love. Love and luck. I feel your brother may be sending you messages from the universe, from the other side. Messages of love. I feel your brother is sending you messages of love. And he sees that I'm sure you do, Brenda. And he's sending you messages from the universe, messages of love. Okay, I'll use the runes for that, Phoenix. So I would recommend, Brenda, you keep dream journal. I feel like your brother's sending you messages in dreams to let you know that he loves you the same way you love him. I feel he knows that you're reaching out to him and that he knows how you feel about him, but keep him at dream journal because he could be sending you some important messages too. All right, Phoenix, you have a question about January that is going to require. You're very welcome, Brenda. You're very welcome. That I use these. Will January be a successful month for me in love and finances? We're going to do love first and then we'll do finances. We'll do them separately. Will January be successful for you when it comes to love? And that would be a yes. That is the Haggler's rune. Represents a hailstorm. In love, it may be challenging. Love may be challenging for you, but it will come. Now let's see about for finances and success. Whoa. This one flew out. I'm going to set this one over here because this one is a no. I caught it with my arm. But this one was the one I was pulling out, which is the Berkana rune. As far as finances, this is about beginnings, personal growth. So your finances, yes, your finances are going to grow. Why this rune came out, I'm not sure. So let's see what message this is. So this message in reverse, this is about you may find some challenges over here when it comes to love. You could be finding challenges with both. There could be a masculine involved here. So there may be a masculine involved in one of these two situations. That there may be a masculine involved that is interrupting, disrupting you developing a love relationship, or there could be a masculine involved in you growing your finances. I hope so, staff grabber. I hope you're right on that. Are you talking this month or next month? Are you a December Capricorn or are you a January Capricorn? You're very welcome, Phoenix 1111. Staff Grabber, are you a December Capricorn or are you a January Capricorn? I can't remember. Oh, really, Brenda? Your daughter's a Sagittarius. Oh, okay. You're January like me. So today is what? Today's the 4th. Your daughter's birthday's in 3 days, so your daughter was born on the 7th of December. Remember, on the 18th of this month, I'm not going to be live. I don't know what day. I think Christmas might fall on a Thursday, so I probably will change that. I won't be live on Christmas. I'll change the day I go live for that. Oh, wow, Brenda. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, wow, Staff Grabber. Did you two get along well? Did you get along very well with your son being the same sign as your child? None of my children are Capricorns, so. Did you find it difficult with that one, Staff Grabber? They say when people were born on, when people are under the same sign, it's either a love relationship or a hate relationship. I don't know how true that is. Oh, you have problems with Leo? I don't know where everybody else is, so. Yes, mine's in January. Mr. Hart's is coming up here. His is the 18th. This month is a busy month for us. We have our anniversary. Oh, Staff Grabber, your hubby on the 14th of December? So you married a Sagittarius too? That's awesome. Our 29th anniversary is on the 10th, and his birthday's the 18th, and of course there's Christmas, New Year's, and then my birthday in January. Tank already had his birthday. Oh, wow, Staff Grabber. Ah, he's a Leo. Well, I know Tank is a Sagittarian. I don't remember exactly his birthday. He's a November Sagittarian. And Gunner is Capricorn. And I'm not sure about the other dog. And I never knew what Gidget was. A gotcha day? Yeah. They get that all the time. Well, I want to thank Sarah for being a member. What was it? How many months? 35 months. Hey, Jesse. I was beginning to think everybody forgot about me. How are you doing today, Jesse? You're the first mod in here. Ah, I had no idea, Staff Grabber. One time we only had a chicken. One time it was a rooster, and that was the meanest rooster I ever met. And I don't deal with chickens. Hey, Ellie. I'm okay, Jesse. Ellie, do you want a reading? I haven't shut down yet. It's okay, Ellie. I started early because of the weather. It's cold. It really wouldn't be that cold here if it wasn't windy. It's the wind that's bad out here. You sure can. Jesse, if you have a question, let me know. And guys, don't forget Metal Clip Shop. I haven't seen Pollyanna today, Irish Jesse. Have you? I haven't seen anybody. Nobody's been in here today. You're the first one of my mods that's come in. Oh, gee, Staff Grabber. All right, let's get a message for Ellie from her mom and dad. We'll start with mom first. Ooh, we got the world card. Which card is this? Ah, the Hermit. And we've got the Hanged One. Ah, Ellie. You got 3 major arcana cards from your mom. And as much as I hate to say it, because certain people out here on YouTube has ruined it for some of us, somebody is here with me. I do have goosebumps. So this is about completion. This is about the Hermit is about solitude, taking time to yourself. This is about taking time to yourself. The Hermit, which is the mountains in the background, and down here, that's about taking time to yourself to reflect over letting go of something that's completed. And that's all I'm going to say. I think that message speaks for itself. This is about you taking time to yourself to be able to let go now of something that's completed. Let's see what your dad has to say. What your mom is saying is, and I feel like your mom is here with me. She wants you to isolate yourself from the outside world and take care of yourself. Let's see what message your dad has. Queen of Wands. Chilly at 66. Staff grabber. That'd be a heat wave here. The Queen of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this is a message from your dad. I feel that your dad is saying that he wants you to know to, how do I want to put this? I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Yeah, it's in the 20s here, Brenda, and the wind is blowing terribly. He wants you to stand up strong. To bring it into a nutshell, he wants you to stand up strong and know you did the right thing. You maintained focus and you fulfilled what you were wanting to fulfill. And he's proud of you for that. Standing your ground. But you need to take time to yourself. You do need to take time to yourself and rest up. and protect yourself. I feel your mom is here with me. I don't know that your dad is, but I do feel like your mom is here with me. And she knows that you've completed something that was important to you. And I'm not going to say anything further. We know what that was. Well, you might need to take care of yourself. Your dad's telling you to take care of yourself right here so that you can focus on what you need to focus on. But I feel like they both want you to protect yourself health wise. Irish Jesse, did you want a reading? I didn't see if you answered or not. I know you are, Ellie. I know. You're trying to. You can do it. Irish Jesse. Are you still with me here? You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. Irish Jesse, are you still here? God bless you. Yes, I tell my dogs, God bless you. That was one of my dogs sneezing. He's soaking up the sun in the windshield. I can answer that question for you, Ellie. Do you want me to answer that question? I'll use the runes to answer that. Since they didn't give you a direct response on that, should you proceed? Considering the new information. This is saying no. This is, I don't know if I trust that. This is the Pertho room. This is saying no. But I'm not sure. If this is something you need to consider. There's masculine energy here. This is about masculine energy. Because this is in reverse. This is about masculine energy. So is your dad saying no? What about your mom? I should have broke it down into each one. What about mom? See, mom's saying yes. Mom is saying yes. That is the Laguz rune. So dad's saying no because the Pertho rune represents masculine energy, and this is in reverse. Dad's saying no, but mom's saying yes. Mom is the Laguz rune, which represents renewal, flow. So that could keep the flow going of whatever it is that you're dealing with. So I don't have a definite answer for you because one's saying no and one's saying yes. Oh, God. You want to reword it? To maybe, you want to reword it to maybe just one of your parents is speaking? Well, here's what we'll do. Why is one parent saying yes and one saying no? Okay, I got you. We'll do that, Ellie. This is for your dad. You want Ellie to pursue your estate. That's a yes. That is a not these rune. It represents need. He needs you to pursue it. There's been delays in you pursuing it. And your dad is saying yes to that question. So you want to form that into a question? Do you want me to ask him if you should press charges? I'll let you guide me. Should you, okay, I'm going to ask, this is for your dad. Should you press charges? Your dad is saying no. I'm a little surprised at that. That is the Ansus rune. This is about communication, insight, truth, and wisdom. I'm honestly a little surprised that that came out. I wonder why he doesn't want you to press charges. Do you want me to ask him if he wants you to get it all back? I'll let you guide me. You tell me what you want me to ask. Okay, do you want... This is for your dad. Do you want Ellie to get it all back? Now we have the Pertho rune, and that's a yes. And that represents feminine energy. Somebody's messing with something that they shouldn't mess with. So I feel like some of it, a lot of it's been pawned. Yeah. And that may be why he's having difficulty with his decision here. But this technically, this rune, the Pertho rune, represents pawn. Mm-hmm. What a mess. I agree. If you have another question you want me to ask him, I mean, we might need to get more specific as to about when it comes to pressing charges against who. Because that's how things work when when I'm communicating with the other side. With the dowsing rods, for instance, we'll take the dowsing rods as an example. When I'm communicating with the dowsing rods, I don't just ask for a person by their first name, I ask them by their full name. Because I could ask with the dowsing rods, I could ask the dowsing rods a question. Tell me, I could ask if, okay, Brenda. See, I could say, let's say somebody is crossed over. All right, Gidget. I'll use Gidget as an example because that's my dog. And I can do that. So with the dowsing rods, I have to be specific. If Gidget was a person and had a middle and last name, the proper way of doing it is using the full name. Gidget, middle name, last name. Instead of just asking Gidget a question. Because there could be many Gidgets that have crossed over. So that's kind of the way that the runes are working here too. I'm trying to get to a point here. I'm going around my elbow to get to my asshole, I guess. the way I'm explaining it. There are 4 to 5 people involved in taking ins. Okay. So that may be why your father's having a problem with pursuing charges. Because we're asking about the lump sum of all 4 or 5 people. If we break it down to one person at a time. So I'm going to go with Brenda's question about your sibling. Yes. So there's a yes on the sibling. That is the Northeast rune. It represents need, necessity, hardship. You have had delays in this. This has been delayed for, I don't know how long it's been delayed for you, Brenda, how long this has been going on, but it's been delayed. And that's what this rune represents. And so here we have an absolute yes on Brenda's question. When we separate the individuals, it makes it a little easier. Oh, why is that, Marseille 17? Well, no, you're not blocked. Sorry, your handle's popping up. Why are you sad, Maria? You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. If you think of any other question, let me know. But according Brenda's idea of breaking it down to your sibling. Okay, so you broke up. Sure, I'll check. Will you and Philip be a couple in 2026? That's a yes or no question. We'll use the runes for that. That's a yes. You will be a couple in 2026. I don't know what month, but at some point in 2026, you will be a couple. That's a Euro rune. That represents the year. So at some point during the year, you will be rewarded with peace with this person, and you will come back together. I really don't know. I can't give you a time. It's possibly during the harvest. So towards the last part of the year. This represents the harvest. So I would say probably September, August, September time frame. Yeah, like August. You're very welcome, Maria. You're very welcome. You want to know, how does your dad feel about you turning everything over to law enforcement and letting them handle it appropriately for all involved? Do you want me to do? I'll do a reading on that. Even though I like the Let's see. Let's do the tarot. We'll do tarot. I'm going to do tarot and runes on this one. How do you feel about Ellie turning everything over to law enforcement and letting them handle it? What does Ellie, give me 1 second. Let me get this stuff out of his road before I have dogs knocking my drink on the floor. What does Ellie's dad think about you turning everything over to law enforcement and letting them handle it? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, that was Mr. Hart whispering, Brenda.
Well, I tried whispering softly.
He whispered so softly I couldn't hear him. Then you guys heard him whispering. Okay.
I got one.
Yeah, I know. That's what you say. He just walked outside. I asked him why. I wondered why he was getting dressed. He had to go outside. I know what he's doing. Okay, Ellie. It don't become any more clear than this. This is such a clear answer. No, it wasn't Spirit. It was Mr. Hart. The Page of Pentacles. Look, it's in your hand. The information is in your hand, Ellie. You're taking it to the professionals, which is the Hierophant. And you're letting the officials handle it. You are taking it to the officials. See, your dad sees you and is okay with you taking it to the proper officials so they can handle it. He feels strongly you're doing the right thing by letting law enforcement handle it. It's in the palm of your hand right there. See, you're walking as the Page of Pentacles. That information's in your hand, in the palm of your hand. And if you look over here, he's showing you, he feels that taking this information to the officials, which is the Hierophant, is the right thing to do. I bet you do. I got to teach Mr. Hart how to cook chestnuts. I haven't had chestnuts in I don't know how long. And I ordered a bag from Walmart. Mr. Hart does not know how to cook chestnuts. Ellie will be praying for you. That's why your mom is telling you to isolate with that information until you're ready to complete that journey of turning it over to law enforcement. Looking back at your reading from your mom and dad. You have a chestnut tree, Ellie? Aw, when I was growing up, we had a chestnut tree. And I grew up, my grandmother used to cook chestnuts for me all the time, and I loved them. And then they got so hard to find, you can't find them in the stores anymore. And then you can only find them at certain times of the year. And so this year I said, I want chestnuts. And I had to teach Mr. Hart how to cook chestnuts because he did. I don't roast mine, I boil mine. Yeah, I love chestnuts. I like chestnuts chopped up and put in my stuffing too at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Makes for good stuffing when you chop the chestnuts up and put the chestnuts in. Well, it's 36 degrees out, but the wind is cold. Hey, Metal Clips! Make sure you drop your link, Metal Clips, to your shop, please. And thank you. Yeah, they are. But they're so good. I haven't had them in so long, and I miss having them. You're already in bed, Sweet Pea? I don't even want to talk about bed. We had to buy a new mattress, and somebody bought the wrong size. That's all I'm going to say. So now we're waiting on a new mattress. It'll be here tomorrow. Metal Clips, can you drop your shop, please? Thank you. If you guys haven't ordered from Metal Clips, please do so. She has the best soap. And she crochets beautiful clothing as well. Yeah, he ordered a king size, and I tried to tell him the measure before he ordered, but he didn't listen. Unfortunately. So now we got to wait for the new one to get here. Ellie, you're always on my mind. I'm always thinking about you and hoping you're doing okay. Thank you, Metal Clips. So make sure if you guys order anything, and those would make Metal Clip soap would make good stocking stuffers. I appreciate you too, Ellie, very much. You and all my members and all my subscribers and my mods. I appreciate each and every one of you. We got to get 6 up to 10,000, and we got to get soup up to 15,000. Just so you can watch me get on a dinosaur in a pink tutu. Hopefully in a pink tutu. I have to get with that person to see if I can borrow that tutu. Me wearing pink is a hard thing to wrap your head around to begin with, because I'm not the type of person that wears pink. I used to catch. Hey, Kim! You're going to come with me, Kim? You can video me. You need to come up here when 6 up reaches 10,000 and soup reaches 15,000. I need you up here to video me. Climb on the back of that dinosaur. And yes, it has a saddle on it. I sure will. You know I will. I'll video you. I have to see if I can get the pink tutu from the guy that has it. But we got to get 6 up to 10,000, and let's get soup to 15,000. I'd like to get more people. But and Kim, that dinosaur's not that far from me, so it wouldn't be very far to go. You'll get a green tutu. Just getting me in a tutu is going to be bad enough, much less a pink one. I've never been one of those people that. I've never been one of those female that likes to wear feminine clothes. I just haven't been. And those colors, too. I'm just not big on pink. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it. Mm-mm. I've been working on getting bettering myself with sleep. I'll see if I have to see if I have to download Amazon Prime, I think, because that's the only other way I could watch it. If it's not on YouTube. And I gotta get my butt in gear and get to the gym. I will see if I can find it and watch it. I have the time. It's just somebody needs to get the heater fixed in my truck. Not saying any names. Because I don't have any heat in my truck. And I'm not going out to the barn in this weather and getting on the treadmill. If it wasn't for the wind, I did, Brenda, because it was free through my health care. That's the only reason I joined a gym. But now that we've got cold weather, I've got to get the heater fixed in our truck. You're not doing it, Brenda. Oh, I couldn't go every night. Yeah, I know, Ellie. But you're already on your feet and moving around. You're not like me. You already work way too much to be going to the gym. I mean, I could go out to the barn and do the treadmill if the weather wasn't so windy. Well, I've made some changes. Bedtime changes. I'm trying a new supplement that I found. I'll be on it for 2 weeks and off of it for 2 weeks. We'll see how it works. Just so you know, I'm sitting here and I'm not using any oxygen. That's why you don't hear the machine beeping. Oh, wow, Ellie. Yeah, you need to relax on your day off. Probably. You're probably right, Brenda. Oh, yeah, I can't take a nap. If I take a nap, that means I got to go into the bed and put on a CPAP mask. That's too much work. Oh, be careful with that staff grabber. Yeah, I've heard people lose a lot of weight on that, but you need to be careful. I don't know how true stuff is. You see stuff on the internet about it being bad, so just be careful with it. Oh my God, I didn't just do that. Yes, I did. And I'm not going to say what it was. Yeah, there is. You're right, Brenda. There is. There's always a good and bad in everything. Yeah, it is a super moon. This moon is the one that will be the closest all year long. It'll be the closest tonight. Yeah, I heard the same thing, Ellie. It has a lot of side effects. So you lost 10 pounds in a month. Oh, be careful losing weight that fast. I'm one to talk. 29 years ago, I lost 15 pounds in a week. But I wasn't taking any medication either. That was all from stress. Stress is probably the biggest culprit in my weight loss when I have lost weight. Yeah, I lost 15 pounds in like a week from extreme stress. And now I'm carrying an extra person around with me. I am too, Brenda. I am too. Yeah, that's one of the. I think that's one of the side effects. Staff grabbers, one meal a day. Yeah. Well, then it all depends on how tall you are, too, Brenda. I'm 5'8", so okay. My watch tracks just about everything. It doesn't track my blood pressure, but it tracks everything. It tracks everything else. My sleep and everything. I wish I could say that. Hi, TT. Welcome in. You're 5'9". I didn't know that, staff grabber. You and I are about the same size. If anybody has a question, let me know before I get off of here, because I got chestnuts waiting for me over there. Really, staff grabber? At 5'9"? Yeah, being taller is not all it's cracked up to be there, sweet pea. See, my height is all in my legs, and so I have to get pants. God, the length in the pants is where I have an issue at when you're taller. Oh, really, staff grabber? Wow, 6'6.5". That's tall. Some of my family's over 6 foot. Anytime, Ellie. I'm just sitting here not doing anything. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. I haven't shut down yet. Apparently, nobody's got the memo that I go on an hour earlier because of the weather. Today, the weather's not changing for anything. Oh, really, staff grabber? 6'5"? Wow. Well, It was for today, Sweet Pea. Let me look at the weather, projected weather for Sunday. Sunday is going to be like today. So, yeah, I'll probably be on at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Eastern time, that is. 4 Eastern. Really, Metal Clip? 6'3"? Wow. Oh, wow, staff grabber. Yeah, I can't imagine being 6 foot. Gotcha, Ellie. Based on what I've been seeing, I would say very. Intuitively, based on what I've seen, what I've witnessed, and I only watch 6 Up because I just can't. All right. Let's see just how nervous. I'm going to do the male here and the female here. You'll know who I'm talking about. So, how nervous is the female? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, Ellie, you're not going to believe this. We have the Moon. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I said, I'm going to do the female first on this side and the male on this side. The female, their astrology sign is here. So I'm going to say that the female has new feelings coming in and is concerned, is very concerned. Yes. Why is that female concerned? That's a female right there. That's that female sign. Why are they concerned? Why is this person concerned? Things that are hidden in darkness. Things that are hidden in darkness. That person's concerned. Yep. And that person's getting a new feeling about the situation. This could be the situation itself. I can't believe that that person's card, astrology sign, actually came out in that reading. They're concerned. They're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it. Let's see about the male. Let's see how is the male feeling nervous? How nervous is the male? We have the Strength card. Uh-oh. We have the Tower. And we have the Four of Pentacles. I just heard it's just a matter of time before this lightning bolt strikes. No matter how much courage and strength this person has, it's just a matter of time before that lightning bolt strikes. Remember, the Tower is something that happens out of the blue, unexpected. They don't see it coming. So right now, I would say the male is kind of feeling themselves or feeling courageous. The male is feeling like they're in control here. They feel like they're in control here. See, they've even got their foot down. They think they've got their tracks covered. They think they have everything covered. They're not worried. This card tells me they're not worried. They feel like they're in control. When in fact they're not. Because that lightning bolt's going to strike. It's going to come out of the blue and they're not going to see it coming. So I feel like as far as the female is concerned, the female is starting to feel some sort of way. Because there's things that are hidden in darkness that this person doesn't want to come to light. Whereas the male is feeling like they're in control of things. And then that sudden bolt of lightning is going to strike out of the blue. And they don't see it coming. The male does not see anything coming. The female is starting to feel it. Why? Because the female knows there's things that are hidden in darkness. I can't believe that. Wow. His sign didn't come up, but hers did. Maybe she's got more to worry about than he does. Uh-huh. Yep. The male thinks he's in control, and it's going to catch him out of the blue, unexpectedly. Yep, he thinks he has that situation under control. I'm not going to tell you what to put out there, Ellie, but I would be careful. That would be a yes or no question. And I'm pretty sure we had this before. So I'm going to do each one of them separately. The male and the female. So we're going to do the female first. Is the female going to jail? Yes. That's the Othala rune, I believe. Is the male going to jail? No. There's no way. You can't tell me that. No, I don't believe that. See, I got a problem with that. Female, male. No. You know, even no. See, this is the Othala. This is the Othala. This is the Othala rune. This has to do with property, home, goddess. This might have to do with your mother's property. And the Manaz rune in reverse. This is about, oh, 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 that thought's not good. I'm not going to say what my thought is. Um, I had a thought pop in my head, and I'm glad I don't always speak before I think. Okay. There's a reason why I'm getting a no for the male. No, I think. Am I thinking right? I gotta answer my own question that popped into my head. And I'll tell you privately. I won't tell you publicly what it is coming to my mind. Oh, I'm right. So on the question, because something popped into my head, and I'm not going to say it publicly. The reason why the male is not going to go to jail. There's a reason for that. I just asked the question if what popped in my head was the reason that the male's not going to jail, and that's why I'm getting a yes. This is the Ingwaz rune. It's about common sense. Did you have a dream? Yeah. It is bad, Ellie. That's why I won't say it. And I'll be honest with you, I hope I'm not right. I really do. This is one of those times where I hope I'm not right about why the male will not go to jail. Probably is, Brenda. It probably is. Hi, Helga. Probably not. It probably won't let you say it, Brenda, if it's what I think it is. Yeah, you can ask a question, Helga. Yeah, Ellie, please do that. If you got a question, Helga, you can ask. Yeah, me too, TT. Me too. Will Finnabogie reconnect with me? And is he thinking of me? That's two questions. That's a nice way to put it, Brenda. You have, Ellie? You know what that's called, don't you? It's called a premonition. All right, Helga. Will Finnabogie reconnect with you? We'll answer that one first. That's a yes. Is he thinking of you? I bet it was, Ellie. Yes, he is thinking of you. So, Helga, here we have a barking dog outside. I have a barking dog outside. This is the Wonjo rune. This is Joy. And this is the Laguz rune. It's about renewal. It's about your emotions. Sorry about the dog outside. There's probably sirens outside somewhere, and I don't hear the sirens, but he does. And he howls at the sirens. You're very welcome. Ah. Got you, Ellie. Yes. That is that's a yes. That's the one, Joe. This tells me that if that happens, that person will be at peace. But you can't blame yourself for what he does. And we don't know that he will. We don't know that he would do that. I don't want to be giving messages that would deter you from doing what you feel is right. Because just because I got a yes on that, that's not a definite yes. That is a yes, but it's not a definite yes. If I turn it upside down, it would be a no. So there may be, it's in the realm of possibilities, but that could lead, that could, I mean, that could apply to anybody. I, I really don't think, I'll be honest, I really don't think that he will. Because that, even though upright is a yes, that particular rune is not a definite yes. So that's not a for sure. No. But yeah, I think so too, Brenda. I don't I don't think it'll be him. Have you seen what that person cooks? The other one. It if it happens, Ellie, I don't think it will be intentional. I don't want that burden on you. I do not want that burden on you. I I think there's more going on than you know medically. There may be other things going on, but because of you doing the right thing and going to law enforcement, I don't think that there would be that intentional situation. Unintentional is a good possibility, but remember the choices that your sibling has made over the last however many years. So I don't want you to blame yourself is what I'm trying to say because of my readings. Like I said, that's not an absolute yes. I mean, could something happen? Yeah. I mean, something could happen to me sitting here in my chair. I'm not wearing my but I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I look at life like this. We all have an expiration date. Just like a gallon of milk. When you go to the store and you buy a gallon of milk, we all have an expiration date, and there's nothing you can do to change it. We all like to think that we can prolong it by, say, getting healthier, by sleeping better, eating better, exercising. But the truth of the matter is, you could be doing all the right things and still not make a difference because we all have a date. We came into this world with a birth date. We also came in with another date. Exactly, Ellie. And if whatever happens to him is you should not feel like it was your fault. I just feel like we all have a date and there's nothing we can do to change it. I honestly don't even think we can prolong it. But that's just me. I don't want you to think that you are doing anything bad. You're doing the right thing. I mean, think about it. When a female Yeah, but how long are you going to wait though? Of course that decision's yours. But if you think about it, when females get pregnant, you have an estimated date of the birth. But that's not necessarily an exact date. And once you're born, you come in with the other date attached to you, whether you know it or not. I mean, that's how I see things. You're exactly right, TT. It's not in our hands. If you think about it, if you think, okay, with the way that I think, like I've presented, we go to the store, we go get a gallon of milk, we look at the expiration date. I look at that as people. And when we come into this world, we have an expiration date. Now, I use my own family as an example. One of my parents developed cancer. When somebody, let me see if I can reword this. When it's somebody's time to go, whether they pass away from cancer, a heart attack, too many substances, an accident, it's because that was their time. These reasons, these things I just named, cancer, substances, accident, heart attack, is all what's given to us by another person, another human, as the cause. They give us a cause because we need something to blame it on. How many people would believe if they were told, hey, this is the date? Boy, I'm really getting this. This is the date that you're going to cross over. And everybody in their family would be doing everything in their power to avoid that from happening, but you cannot avoid it. That's the problem. That's the thing. It's just that cancer takes some people, heart attacks take some people, accidents take some people, substances take some people, other people take some people. That's just, these things I'm naming is what's left for the family to put blame on. Because when we start that grieving process, and we're in that grieving process, we need something to blame. Yeah, it's not you causing it. That's the point I'm trying to get across. You're not causing it. Just like cancer didn't cause somebody to cancer didn't cause my father to die. It was his time. Cancer is what was given to us to blame it on. Another family member, a heart attack. That's just because that person left this world at a young age. That's something for the rest of us family to blame it on. The heart attack, the accident, because they're different kind of accidents. So the person gets into an accident. It would have happened regardless of the accident. It would have happened regardless of the heart attack. It would have happened regardless of the cancer because it was their time. Yeah, I've suspected that, Ellie, a long time ago. So we can't blame another person if that happens. And blaming the cancer, blaming the heart attack, blaming the accident, that's just something to put blame on for those that are left behind to grieve. I do too, Ellie. I see it in his face. I can see it in his face. Is there any other questions? Ellie, I'm just, do what you need to do. Yeah, probably, Brenda. I agree, Ellie. I agree. No, you can't. He's made his own choices. Anybody else have any other questions? How will the new search impact? Mm. Mm. I'm going to ask. I don't know if I'll get a good answer or not. Yeah, I know, staff grabber. I'm going to answer Ellie's question. All right. Well, we've got the judgment card. The 7 of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. So what this is telling me in answering your question, Ellie, is that change is coming on how we focus on things. Change. I see change coming on the way that we focus on those types of things. In fact, change is coming on the way that we focus on that topic that I talked about in my members only live. So I think that there's going to be an awakening to the damage that those people have done. And I think there'll be a change that will free up that will clean up the focus. The focus is on change surrounding. Hey, Pollyanna. Oh no, not a migraine. I'm sorry to hear that. I think the focus is going to change, Ellie, when it comes to, you know what my topic was for my members only live. I think there's going to be a change surrounding that. I don't want to put too much out there regarding that, because I did mention in the members only live that law enforcement does seek those people out. Yes, I believe so too, Ellie. I think there is going to be legislation passed. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing happening. Change. The Phoenix card, the Judgment card, is about change. And the Pentacles is about the laws. TT? You crack me up. Is there any other questions? Sure. What does Pollyanna need to know? As you can tell, it's getting dark here. And I don't have the mister here to turn the overhead light on. I can't reach it. So we'll have to do the best we can with the light we have. What does Pollyanna need to know? I got the Page of Wands, I've got the Queen of Cups. Oh, we got 2 pages. We got the Page of Pentacles. Oh, you're chasing something there. Or are you running away from something? We've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the supportive energy here. The Page of Pentacles is the loyalty and the faithfulness. The Page of Wands is your dreams, your creativity. Are you running away from something creative? Are you going the opposite direction of some type of a creation? Are you turning your back on something? Yeah, because we've got 2 pages, both of them. They are one's holding out the wands, and one's holding out the pentacles. It's like you're running away from somebody that is saying, I love you. I'm faithful to you. Don't run from me. And you're like, I don't think so. I'll be supportive, but I don't want that type of energy. That's kind of what I was thinking, Ellie. Yeah. It looks like you're running from something there, Pollyanna. Maybe that something's giving you a headache. Or you're trying to get away from the headache. That could be you trying to pull away from the headache. Because I know that you might be expending a lot of energy because of your headache. I know how headaches are. No, that's not Pollyanna's problem. It is younger energy. I mean, it could be a younger family member that's very rambunctious. This could be a very rambunctious child. And with your migraine, you may be trying to get away from them or avoiding them because of the migraine. Pollyanna. This because the pages are usually somebody younger is why I'm thinking maybe it is somebody that you're related to that's younger and they're full of energy and full of life, and you're there with a migraine and you're like, I can't handle this right now. But that's something you already knew. I didn't need to tell you that. You already knew that. Mr. Hart. Hey. Is there water on them still?
Yes. I just topped it up.
Oh, I don't know if they'll be any good now or not, but we'll figure it out. It might be better that way. I don't know.
From a local oil.
It's been a long time since I've had those.
Maybe I just need to change the water.
No, leave the water on. Oh, don't put any more water. Now you're going to have to heat up the water because you're going to make them cold. You're very welcome, Pollyanna. You're very welcome. I'm sitting here talking to him about my chestnuts. Exactly. You're exactly right, Brenda. You're exactly right. Does anybody else have any questions before I get off of here for tonight? I've been on for almost 3 hours. I'll be back live Sunday. I'll be an hour early due to weather. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up so I can go over there and eat my chestnuts. I haven't had chestnuts. God, I've been here for 11 years and I haven't had chestnuts since I've been here. So it's been a long time since I've had any. Much love to you too. I send much love and many blessings to everybody. I hope you all come back Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, 1 Pacific time. And Pollyanna, I believe that's 9 p.m. UK time. Stay safe out there, everybody. Stay warm if it's cold where you're at. And we'll see you back Sunday. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here.